Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, and this is our first hearing of the month. My name is Vanessa McDonald. I am the hearing officer. We have a really short agenda this afternoon, but I do need to read something into the record before we can hear our single case this afternoon. The City of Tempe hearing officer is authorized by Arizona Revised Statutes and the City of Tempe Zoning and Development Code. The hearing officer is granted the authority to conduct public hearings to decide upon the abatement of code violations occurring on properties within the city. These violations include deteriorated pools, structures, or landscaping, storage of junk or refuse, and inoperable or unregistered vehicles. Abatement actions are brought before the hearing officer by the city's Code Compliance Division, typically after numerous attempts at contacting the property owner to obtain voluntary compliance with the code. The hearing officer may issue an order directing the owner, occupant, property manager, or other responsible person to remediate a code violation, or may authorize the city to abate the property to correct the violation. The cost of the abatement is the responsibility of the owner of the property where the violation occurred and will be collected as an assessment against the property in violation. On today's agenda, we have, like I said, just two items. We have a set of minutes from August 6th, 2024, and one property abatement. Any property owner who is aggrieved by a decision of the hearing officer may file an appeal within 14 calendar days after the hearing officer has made a decision. The deadline for appealing any decision rendered today is 3 p.m. on September 17th, 2024. Appeals are heard by the Board of Adjustment, after which they may also be appealed to the Superior Court. A property owner has 14 days after the hearing officer's decision to either file an appeal or bring their property into code compliance. If an appeal isn't filed or the property isn't brought into compliance within this required 14-day time frame, the property will be abated by the city. Joining me this afternoon from Community Development to my left are Cassidy Hernandez and Sean DeFara. Thanks for being here, guys. Agenda item number 1 is the consideration of meeting minutes for the August 6th, 2024 hearing. I had a chance to review those minutes. Cassidy sent them to me shortly after the hearing, and I believe that they accurately reflect what took place at that hearing. So I'm going to approve the minutes from August 6th, 2024. The next item on our agenda is a request for approval to abate public nuisance items at the Strutzenberg property. This property is located at 1138 East Del Rio Drive. The applicant is the City of Tempe, represented this afternoon by Code Inspector David Rich. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madam Hearing Officer. So my name is David Rich, and I am a Code Compliance Inspector with the City of Tempe Code Compliance Division. I am here this evening to request an 180-day open abatement for the property located at 1138 East Del Rio Drive in the City of Tempe, 85282. A 180-day open abatement has already been obtained from this property in conjunction with a violation of nuisance codes 21-3B1 junk, trash, and debris, and for 21-3B8 deteriorated landscape. During that time, we conducted 2 abatements of the property to bring it into compliance. The abatement window for that abatement closed on June 14th, 2024. On July 18th, 2024, a fire occurred at the property which resulted in substantial damage to the property. On July 25th, 2024, an inspection was conducted at the property where a violation of nuisance code 21-3B1 junk, trash, and debris was observed. It consisted of various burnt and damaged items present in the front, rear, and side yards of the property. On that same date, July 25th, 2024, a notice was created and mailed to the property owner, Derek Strutzenberg, and then we also posted one to the property itself due to the condition of the property. Sure. On July 26, 2024, I received a telephone call from Derek Strutzenberg's girlfriend, Rebecca. She did not provide a last name. Rebecca advised that she had gotten the notice and that they were working with an insurance company. I had advised Rebecca to contact me with an update of a time frame or what they were going to do about cleaning up the property. I have yet to receive any further contact with anybody from that property. On July 31st, 2024, a notice of intent to abate was created. It was mailed to the property, and it was also posted to the property as well. I would like to now present photographs taken this morning of the existing violations at the property.
Thank you.
The first picture is just an overall picture of the front of the property. As you can see, there is a fence securing the property, and there's various items along the front of the property. I have other photos that are going to show a little closer view of it, but you can see that there is just an overview. It pretty much spans the entire length of the front of the property. This photograph right here is of the garage area. As you can see, you have furnishings that are over here. I'm just going to use this pen, it'll be a little bit easier. We also have a wagon here, a couple of boxes, and then this is all burnt materials that were brought out from the inside of the house and left in the front. We also have a shopping cart over there. This photograph, next one is just to the east of that location in the actual front of the property. As you can see, we have a large amount of items that were over here that consist of burnt wood, burnt furnishings. There's a hose piece right here, some pieces of cabinet and boxes and other various items there. And then this is the far end of the front of the property. As you can see, we have mattresses that are burnt, other pieces of burnt debris, wood, boxes, other items that are left here in the front as well. This next one is a photograph of the east side of the property. And as you can see, there are a number of items. There's actually a window right here that the items were thrown out of. It consists of, it looks like laundry baskets, other pieces of furnishings, burnt wood, burnt materials, plastic totes that have been melted. Then the rear of the property, this is the back side of the photo that we had just shown you. This is all items here. There's tables, there's more interior items, pieces of wood, pieces of debris, small shelving unit, boxes, buckets that are all scattered throughout there. And then in the foreground, we also have some fencing that was all laying out here as well. And that's not fencing that was brought to secure the property. That was fencing that was already there. Here in the back, this is just to the west of the back patio. We have a whole bunch of items between the tree and the building itself, consisting of boxes, plastic totes, more wooden burnt items, some buckets, some other various items scattered throughout there. To the, clear, there we go. And this is just further to the west. We have a canoe that's right here in the front. There's a water heater that looks like it's been burnt and thrown out through the back. We have other pieces of table and pieces of wood and debris that are along here. Other items, there's a fire extinguisher over here, other pieces of debris.
Is that a bobcat?
It is. It is. And then this is just past that, which is the other side of that shed. We have wood, pallets, other pieces of wood and items that are scattered along the side of the house as well. And then this fencing right here is actually fencing that's securing the property.
And most of these items were there prior to the fire.
Yes,
right?
a lot of the stuff in the backyard especially was there prior to, between our last abatement and what currently happened.
Okay.
So as stated before, I'm seeking a 180-day open abatement for the violations of Nuisance Code 21 3B1 junk trash and debris in the front, rear, and side yards of the property located at 1138 East Del Rio Drive in Tempe, Arizona 85282.
So just out of curiosity, given the extensive damage to the home inside and out, what will it look like after it's abated? Like, where do you stop and start?
We have the authority to clear out anything that is in the exterior of the building. So what we're going to do is clean up the front, rear, and side yards right up to the structure.
Right.
At that point, we would then have to work with other groups to try and see how we would address the interior of the building because we don't have that authority.
Will you board it up to secure it, or?
We would have to work with building safety to do that, but as best we can with the structure that's there, we're going to try and keep it as safe as possible.
Because it's just such a health and safety, for the
Absolutely.
general public. I know it's fenced, which is a good thing, but still, people who want to live in a structure tend to find their way in. So, yeah, well, I mean, this is to me just an emergency abatement almost, but you do need the 180 days, like I gave you last time. So, Mr. DeFara, anyone on the line wanting to talk about this?
Madam Hearing Officer, no one online.
Okay, thank you. I'll make a note for the record that there's no one here other than City of Tempe staff, so no one here to speak on this item. So I'm going to go ahead and approve your request to abate the public nuisance items at the property located at 1138 East Del Rio Drive, contained in case CE 234676.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, that concludes our agenda for this afternoon. Do we have any announcements?
Madam Hearing Officer, one announcement. Our next hearing officer is scheduled for Tuesday, September 17th at 5 o'clock and available on Tempe Channel 11.
Okay, thank you. We're adjourned.